What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, man, we have been busy on the 72 project, RS chassis project, and you can see. I mean, I don't know. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys. Let me show you. Not too shabby, huh, guys? Yeah, man, we have been busy, you guys. Obviously, we had a little bit of rust. I don't remember if I showed you guys. I might have showed you guys on Instagram. You guys got to make sure you guys keep up with the Instagram, because a lot of stuff that doesn't make the video goes on there. But we had a little bit of rust down here in this corner, you guys. Long story short, we had the whole car sandblasted underneath the body here. And when they sandblasted, we had a little bit of rust in this corner. So we had a new piece of sheet metal right there. And then back here in this corner as well, right in here, guys. Matter of fact, oh, there it is right here. Right in here, right here. We cut this area out here thanks to my buddy Dante. Appreciate you, my boy. But he came over and helped us out when he was in town, and we added some new sheet metal there. Of course, we did the transmission tunnel with him as well. This is actually after epoxy primer. We already epoxy primered after we went back and I should say after the sandblasting happened, and obviously the sheet metal repair went down. But this is already afterwards, fellas. So I epoxy primered this thing yesterday. You can still see my masking tape still all over the place right now. But we epoxy primered the entire underneath of the car and basically getting it ready for the undercoating. But we got one other thing we got to address. We're going to try to address it today, maybe hopefully in this video. And that's the seam sealer. Obviously, we got to seam seal everything that where we got new sheet metal on, obviously the transmission tunnel and things like that. And then those areas where we had new sheet metal going into, and some corners and crevices and things like that. But let me know what you guys think, man. This thing is looking freaking good. Also, we got the firewall. I got the firewall knocked out already. You can't see it obviously because I got masking tape everywhere, but we got that knocked out. So hopefully after the seam sealer, we can actually undercoat this and get it all basically ready for the firewall to get painted as well. But I'm not going to undercoat it just yet, you guys, especially not in this video, because I am waiting on some seat rails. We put new seats in this thing, or we're going to put new seats in this thing, and we need the seat rails. I want to see how they're going to fit and mock up, and make sure we don't have to drill extra holes or weld something in or something like that. So that's why we're gonna wait on that. But as a matter of fact, let me take you guys over to the bench and show you what we're gonna use to seam seal this thing. All right, you guys, we are at the bench in the garage, and I got my stuff set up here. Now, we normally would do like the caulking method and use a caulking gun and all that, but I wanna try this new stuff here from EASTWOOD. Never tried it before. It's a brushable seam sealer. So exactly what it is, what it sounds like. It's we're gonna use a brush to do it, just because when I've used the caulking gun in the past, especially when the car is on the lift or in like on a table or something, I should say like a chassis table or something, you have gravity working against you, and that stuff kind of just depends on how it comes out. It's hard to get it to lay flat. So we're going to try this approach. We're going to try the brush method, and we're going to do some masking real quick. We're going to brush this stuff on, and even if we got to do it a little bit at a time, add a few layers. But I think that stuff's going to work. I'm excited to use this stuff. We'll see. I'll let you guys know how it actually works. All right, I think we got everything taped up, masked up, at least for the most part here. All the big stuff, I should say. Everything we want nice, crisp, seam sealed. I think we're ready to start this brush technique, see how it works. Obviously, we want to hit the areas where we got new sheet metal back there as well. But I think we are ready, fellas. Let's see how this stuff works. Well, you guys, this stuff is pretty thick. I mean, this thing almost looks like an RTV. Definitely thick. So I was gonna put it in this little cup, but I think I'm just gonna brush it right out of this here. Definitely thick. All right. Man, that little can is kind of heavy, you guys, holding that thing up a little bit, but I think we got all that done. There might be a couple little corners I'm gonna end up going back and hitting and stuff, just to even add a little extra protection. But this stuff is really thick, and it really doesn't take much to get it on there, really. And I mean, it is, other than the looks, I think it works probably better than the caulking gun style, because especially when we're fighting gravity. But I think that's gonna work really well. As a matter of fact, let's peel some of this tape back, right? See what this thing actually looks like. See if I can do this with one hand, you guys, so you guys can kind of get an idea. Definitely missed a few spots. You can kind of see where that stuff is super thick and stringy. Oh, maybe we should let it dry a little bit. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try this. We'll try this one since this is the first area we did. Oh yeah, definitely starting to get tacky, and it's hot out, so it definitely helps. Oh, I need a knife. Let's try this again. Try to get some of this tape off of here. Harder than I thought, you guys, with one hand, but you can see not too shabby. Definitely still a little wet. Probably want to let it dry up a little bit, but not too bad. Looking freaking good. As a matter of fact, let me take you guys up to the inside of the car, and I want to show you guys where we ended up replacing those that sheet metal. Let me show you guys the trunk first. Yeah, man, that's the new panel right there. You can see there was just a bunch of little holes and small spots. There was even some Bondo right in this area right here. So we went and just cut all that old stuff out, get it all cleaned up. So it's all seam sealed down below. We'll end up also seam sealing it in here as well. I like to kind of do I don't know if you call it overkill, but just to be sure there's no moisture or anything else is going to get in there. Obviously got little water was sitting here already, you guys. That'll all get cleaned up. We're gonna end up having to recoat this entire trunk, I think, so that way everything matches. But yeah, that's the area that we repaired, and it's looking good now. We should be good to go there. Let me show you guys the inside. Yeah, there it is, you guys. That little trunk area right here, I should say back seat area. This is the area that we ended up replacing. Now you guys can see how much we actually had to cut out, so that way we got all those little holes out of there. I mean, put new fresh metal, and obviously we got to go back and coat the floors still, get everything cleaned up, maybe par 15 everything. Once we got basically the body back on the car, probably we'll go in here and clean all this stuff up. We're going to end up removing all this old kill mat still and go back and just coat and reseal everything. But I just wanted to show you guys, again, we've been working off camera. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. You guys see a lot of that stuff that doesn't make it on here. Check that out. But also, probably by the time you guys see this car again, hopefully it'll be at the body shop and have the firewall done, because I'm actually going to send it out to have the firewall done. I don't want to do it in the garage this time. We're going to send it out, get the firewall painted and everything else like that. So hopefully that's when you'll see it next time. But let me show you guys the bottom of the car one more time so you can see I ended up taking that tape off. Not too shabby, you guys. Check that out, huh? Took a little bit removing that tape. It's definitely still tacky, but I like the way this thing came out. We're gonna leave the one up there, obviously, because we still got to spray the undercoating as well. But definitely with the brush stuff, definitely a little bit more of just a rougher finish, you know, not a super smooth finish. But if you really wanted to, you could just take your finger, a little bit of acetone or like paint thinner, and just rub it down, and you'll get a lot smoother finish. But I'm not too worried, because again, we still got to put the undercoating once we get everything situated on underneath, as far as the seats goes, I should say. But man, check that out, you guys. I like the way that came out. Eastwood for the win. Definitely Eastwood for the win. Even in here where we put that new patch panel in, it looks freaking good, you guys. Again, I gotta do a little better about masking, but not crazy. I mean, you'll never see that once you undercoat this thing. But we're getting close, guys. I like it. Well, you guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video, man. You guys make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, and the subscribe button, and hit the bell for notifications. And you guys already know, stay wrenching.